Hey everybody, welcome to the show, Board Game Reviews. This is a YouTube channel dedicated to our wonderful tabletop gaming hobby. And this video is part of a video series looking at the game of Evolution: Another World. Now, Evolution: Another World is a game of magic and wonder for 1 to 4 players, ages 11 up, and the game plays in about 30 minutes. Once you get really familiar with the game, it's quite easy to get a 2-player game down in about 20 minutes or less, but expect your 4-player games to probably run about 40 to 45 minutes depending on your play group itself. In Evolution: Another World, you will create your own animals and give them traits to help them survive and thrive in a fantastical world of wonderful creatures. You'll be competing with other players or versus a solo AI, which is going to be doing its best to try to be the first to transmute its third creature. Once one player has managed to transmute their third creature, they're instantly going to be the winner of the game. So the game is basically a race to go ahead and create creatures, evolve your creatures, make your creatures more powerful in an effort to get the energy, or maybe just through aggressive actions, go ahead and evolve and become the third evolution and become the winner of the game. The game itself is extremely family friendly, easy to learn, and as mentioned has a wonderful solo AI mode which uses these solo AI cards, which allows it to take various different actions. The biggest change between the solo AI and the playing the game versus multiple different players is the solo AI wins as soon as it transmutes its first creature, whereas the players always win once they transform the third creature. So it's basically a race versus a more aggressive player who just has to win one time, where you have to make it happen 3 times to go ahead and win the game. This is a game of creativity and imagination where you can make your own creatures and see how they evolve in a different world. Come on back after the break for a full overview of the game of Evolution: Another World. Evolution: Another World is one of those games that's super duper easy to teach because the mechanics of the game are not very that difficult to actually learn how to play. The challenges and the way the game evolves, you know I'm going to have to use that joke at least a dozen times in this video, but the way the game changes throughout the gameplay is based on the 16 different attributes that every one of these potential creatures you create can have, and the interaction caused by all these different attributes. Because every one of these attributes has a bonus, and every one of these attributes can be countered in one of the various different ways, and every single creature you create in the game is only allowed to have 1 copy of every single one of these attributes. So the way the game is going to be playing out is players are going to be building their creatures. They're going to be evolving their creatures with various different traits among the 16 traits available from all the creatures, and they're trying to go ahead and get 4 energy on one of their creatures, or 3 if one of the creatures has to be tiny. Again, that's another power available in the game. Once the players manage to get one of the creatures up to 4 energy, they may, as an action on their turn, take the action of transmuting the creature. Once one player has managed to transmute their third creature, or if you want to play a longer game, you can actually go for 4 transmutations. But once one player has managed to create and transmute their final creature, they instantly win the game. There's no more bonus actions, no more extra actions for anybody else at the table. You are the grand winner of the game at that point. Now, the interesting thing about this game is this game uses multi-use cards. And the wonderful thing about multi-use cards is, while they may be one of my favorite things to use, in any game at all, matter of fact, one of my favorite games of all times uses multi-use cards, so you understand why I love the concept so much. But the game uses multi-use cards because every one of these cards can be a creature. Additionally, every one of these creatures can have a power, whether it's a top power or the bottom power, and every single one of these cards are going to have different combinations of powers that might be on them, along with really awesome artwork. So as you're playing the game, you're going to be agonizing with decisions. Do I take this creature and do I use it as a future creature that I may evolve? Or is this a card that I want to use for one of its powers, where the power is the power fearsome, or the power happens to be the power of vengeful? I need to make that decision when I create that creature. How I'm making these decisions is going to be based on all the other decisions all the other players across the board are making. For example, if my opponent across the table creates a vampiric creature, I know that I may want to take a creature that can evolve quickly. So I may want to look for the tiny, or I might want to look for the lonely attribute, which will allow me to put that creature to sleep before it has a chance to attack me. So now I need to look at all the combinations I can create with all my cards based on all the different things the other players are doing. Because there's two basic ways you're going to gain energy in this game. The very basic way all the players have access to energy is going to be the energy in the source. Unfortunately, the source is extremely limited. Once all the energy in the source is gone, the only way to get energy is by aggressively attacking the other creatures across the board. Whether it's your own friendly creatures, because that's a benefit that you're going to create through various different card combinations. Remember those 16 powers. A lot of them have some wonderful synergy with each other. If you abuse, yes, you will be abusing those synergies quite a bit. If you're a Magic the Gathering player, you're going to love the interaction that goes on here. But you're going to use a different interaction of all these abilities to possibly gain other energy from other sources when you know it, the source happens to be empty. So the players are going to be going back and forth, creating their creatures, giving them different attributes, trying to get all the source they need to go ahead and evolve their creatures and be the first person to create the third evolution. Once you create that third evolution, you instantly win the game. Now the game continues to play on as players are going throughout and using the source. And once the source is empty, all the players are going to continue to take their actions until all the players have managed to put all of their creatures to sleep. Once all the players have all their creatures asleep, we're going to reveal a new source card, and that new source card is going to figure out what kind of source we have. This is the way the action rounds are going to continue to go until, like I said, the player manages to become the winner by grabbing that third transmutation. The extra cool thing about this game is the game does also offer a solo AI. Now the solo AI is playing against you much in the similar way that a standard player would play versus other players, except the AI only needs to create one transmutation to win the game. So you have a much more aggressive gameplay when you're playing versus AI, which can make you a much better player because it teaches you how to use the synergies, how to use the combinations. Because I can tell you the AI is extremely aggressive about winning, and like I said, it needs one transmutation to win, whereas you as a player still require those 3 transmutations on how to win the game. So this has just been a quick overview of the game of Evolution: Another World. If you want to learn how to play the game, see some sample gameplay, or check out my actual review of the game, check out the videos in the series. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this video series. If you have any comments or questions, make sure you leave them down in the YouTube comments down below. I do my best to answer those questions as quickly as I can. You can also feel free to email me off-the-shelf board game reviews. That is otsbgr@gmail.com. I do my best to answer those questions as quickly as I can. If you enjoy this content, you enjoy the video series, think about tossing $1 in the tip jar. This channel is 100% sponsor free, which means everything you see on this channel comes out of my own pocketbook. You can help keep the channel growing strong just by tossing $1 in the tip jar, whether as a way to say thank you for the video that you enjoyed or just helping the channel going out there. But you don't even have to spend money to help keep the channel growing. Just click the like button, click the subscribe button down below. It's 2 quick mouse clicks. It takes you 2 seconds to do so, and that'll help those YouTube analytics let everybody know that this is a channel that everybody enjoys. Hope you enjoy this video. Hope you enjoy this video series. And as always, thanks for watching.